Alrighty, you boys back at it again with another car review. I just want to apologize for the god-awful audio mixing in the last video. I had no idea what I was doing after so long, but now we should be back in business. And for today, we got a Volvo to review. Today I have here a 2020 Volvo S60 T6 Momentum, and before diving into this review, let's go over a little bit of background. The Volvo S60 fits in the compact executive car segment, competing with cars like the Jaguar XE. I reviewed the Jaguar XE a little bit earlier, and that was my first video. Feel free to check it out if you haven't. The S60 is now in its third generation, or on the SPA platform. Or SPA platform? I don't know, Volvo aficionados, you gotta hit me up on that one. This new third gen is back with a variety of trim options, engine configurations, new tech, fresh new styling, and much more. Let me explain the trim options. Okay, so the best way to explain it would be as follows. You have three different tier levels. You have the Momentum, the R-Design, and the Inscription. The Momentum is like the base level trim. The R-Design is like the sporty oriented trim, kind of like an M Sport model. Then you have the Inscription, which is more luxury oriented. Then you have your engine trims to choose from. All the engines are based off a forced induction 2-liter 4-cylinder. And just to iterate, I'm only explaining the ones we have here in the US. Volvo offers more in other markets, including a whole slew of diesel variants, and now even hybrid powertrains. The T5 is a turbo 4-banger that puts out a respectable 250 horsepower. The T6, my favorite one, and the one that we're going to be looking at today, that's the same turbo 4-banger from the T5, but with a supercharger strapped onto it that puts out about 316 horsepower. Finally, we have the T8, and that takes the T6 engine configuration but hybridizes it by adding electric motors to it. And this pumps out 400 horsepower. And if you really want to get crazy, the S60 has been brought back in the Polestar Tune variant that ups the T8 engine to a whopping 415 horsepower.
And more power, baby! More power, baby! More power, baby! More power, baby!
You also get stiffer suspension that can be adjusted later on.
What the fuck is going on?
All three trim levels can have the engine options except for the Momentum. You can't get the T8 drivetrain in the Momentum base model, which makes sense. Now if you look at the T5, you cannot get that in all-wheel drive. The T5 is front-wheel drive only. The T6 and T8 are all-wheel drive only. The Swedes are officially mad, but in a carbon neutral, good for the environment sort of way. Let's move on before the nomenclature explodes my brain. The new Volvo lineup and design language really pushed them into the spotlight for their upscale, minimalist design. One look at the exterior of any of these Volvos, not just the S60, and you can see no chances were taken with polarizing design features. Every element of the car's design flows well together into a concise package. It has the road presence that shows you aren't exactly just any other compact executive car. Compared to the old S60, the more sleek bodyline and low stance gives the car a more premium look. Even the Momentum as a base model is a well-styled car, and looking from the outside you couldn't tell it's a base model. Unless you were really up with your Volvo knowledge. The R-Design is more sport-oriented, as you can tell with the more aggressive exterior elements, blacked out grille, bigger rims, bigger intakes in the front, and black mirror caps. On some R-Design models, you can also get silver mirror caps, which kind of mimic the brushed aluminum look, and I think those look a little bit cooler. The Inscription is a luxury-oriented model with a more prominent chrome grille. You also get chrome trim and a selection of upscale rim designs. The minimalism and the upscale feeling has also been brought over to the interior. In a world with cars having screens everywhere, in this interior you only get two, the gauge cluster and the center stack. Jaguar Land Rover has been killing it with their tech, but the In-Control Touch Pro Duo is a bit overwhelming when you first step in. That's just my opinion. But hop inside the Volvo and you get the single iPad-esque vertical touchscreen that's Android-based. And it really has everything. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, fuel consumption info, adjustable audio settings, and I could just really keep going on about it. Even the owner's manual is on the display and is interactive for crying out loud. Seats are quite comfortable in the Momentum and Inscription. Adjustments are fantastic and great lumbar support. The R-Design seats are really where it's at though in my opinion. These hug your torso quite well while you're going through corners at high speeds. And the two-tone option on the R-Design ones Kinda reminds me of Saab's Aero two-tone seats. Now onto the driving experience. Holy shit, I've never driven a Volvo and heard a supercharger whine at the same time ever in my life. It's so odd, but the power delivery is great. The T6 twin charger works as follows. The supercharger delivers torque on the low end, just to get you going off the line, then the turbo kicks in to propel you more towards the upper end.
Can I get a more power, baby? A more power, baby! Testify! A more power, baby! No low power, baby! Only more power, baby!
The handling is okay and the momentum, it definitely is not made to make hard precise corners, but it does so pretty well. For overall reliability, these haven't been out long enough to gauge how reliable they are. Your best shot will be an S60 in the T5 Momentum configuration, mainly because there's a lot less things that can go wrong with it, plus you don't have to service the all-wheel drive system. Just whatever you do, stay away from first model year cars. In general, this is a good rule of thumb, with any manufacturer with any model, because the first model year cars always has issues, no matter what. And by the third or fourth model year, they eventually get ironed out, and the car becomes more reliable. All in all, for a quick review, these are great cars for the money. Before COVID pricing shot up like insanity, you could pick up one of these used S60 T6 Momentums for about $24,000, with about 30,000 miles on the clock. Hopefully once chip production resumes and everything goes back to normal by 2023, like experts claim, I hope to see these below the $20,000 mark, making these an excellent purchase. Hell, you might even see one of these on the channel in the future in the form of a salvage, cheapest in the USA, Hoovie's Garage type format. That'll definitely be the day. Thank you for watching.